o'clock up here. I'm happy to stay as long as anybody wants to take a red eye light. I know San Francisco at 1 o'clock. But I do respect your time. And it means a lot to me to be invited here. Before. It's nice to come back. I always feel like when I come to one of these, I learn. And Greg, I thought Greg was terrific. I picked up things from each of the other speakers that I always feel good about myself as a coach. I learn something new from anybody I get to talk to or listen to or whatever. The thing I say about my job is it reminds me every day how much I still have to learn. And I've been incredibly fortunate in my basketball journey to have worked with great coaches. And so I'm standing here right now with a yellow pad, just like Mike Company did every time he stood in front of the team. I don't know really how I picked that up, but I picked up different things every step. The high school coach I had was a great coach. He ran the North Carolina system, Dean Smith system. The college coach that I had played for Dean Smith. He was still fourth backwards, so we never saw the court. But he's been a 3-time CAA Coach of the Year at William & Mary. He was the best coach in the history of the school where I went, which is Hampton City, which is Division III. I was incredibly fortunate to be with them. Dave Lillard hired me because I coached his son at Hampton City. His son went to Hampton City. That was the break I got. I was a restricted earnings coach at 21 years old, and we had a guy named Turner. So there's a lot to learn from that. I'll tell you some stories about stuff that I saw from Duke against Wake, because it has to do with some of the stuff that I think I'm talking about. I followed my wife's career west. That's why I coached women. When I came to California, I didn't have a job. I begged every coach on the West Coast for a job. Begged them. Ended up taking a job as an assistant very high level at USF before Montgomery hired me to be an administrator for him. And with him, I stayed around. I stayed around for 4 years on that staff. He took me to the NBA with him. And when he got fired, Don Nelson kept me because I had a year left on my contract. At that time, the Warriors didn't want to pay any more than they had to. And I'm fortunate for that, because I got to work with Don Nelson, the Hall of Fame. Then I went in my 7th year. I've got a great job. Part of the reason I got a great job is I got a great staff. One of my guys is here, Jamie Blake. Jamie and I worked together at Stanford. He worked camp when I ran. And that was really what has led to me hiring him this year. He just joined us. I've got a bunch of great guys. The winningest coach in our conference is my assistant. And I wanted to say that with Bob here. My assistant coach, Blaine Taylor, has a couple of more wins than Bob does. My assistant coach has 380 wins. His name's Blaine Taylor. He and I work here this year. Got a couple of great guys with me. And I'm fortunate for that. I made it in this business because I was good at being an assistant. Being an assistant is a lot different than being a head coach. So whatever role you're in, whatever level you're in, I think I understand a little bit about it. And hopefully I can say something today that can benefit you, like it's happened for me so many times. I want to say thanks again to Pat Piscaldo for inviting me. His wife, Molly Goodbauer, and I were great teammates at Irvine. We worked together. And Rich also, thanks for everything that he's done for me when I've been here. And guys, I appreciate you being willing to jump out here if I need something. My topic is offensive adjustments. So I've done a lot of these clinics, but I've never done one on this topic. So I've got all the notes here. I haven't written anything up. I don't have a handout with these other guys, so I feel a little bit less generous, but I have worked at this, and it's been a great topic to think about for me, because it's forced me to put some things down, sort of think about what goes into how I view what has to happen to win a game. The way I look at things is heavily influenced by the NBA, and a lot of guys don't like the NBA for one reason. I love the NBA. I was a part of it, so I love it. People make the mistake sometimes of thinking there's less coaching in the NBA, when in fact I feel like there's a lot more. It's just different. At every level, the things you have to focus on is different. If you're with younger kids, you focus on different things than at each level going up. At the NBA, it's the highest level. It's also the most competitive level. And it's the place where adjustments are the most important. So if you think about games you've seen in the playoffs on TV, the former players always say that in the playoffs, it's about adjustments. Well, I think close games often are about adjustments. And I know that the most important time for us at Irvine is about adjustments. The only time that matters for us at conference tournament. It's the only time that really matters. And I was going to say the wrong players, but we can only advance. And and shine a light on our university the way we want to as a program if we win in the conference tournament. Our record has been good in the conference tournament at Irvine because we adjust. And one of the reasons we're able to adjust is because we have adjustable players. We have smart, adjustable players. At every level you go up, we're more likely to have that. And so at the high school level, if the players aren't smart or they don't take direction really well, it's hard to make a lot of adjustments unless you practice them. I'm lucky because we recruit guys who seem coachable, who seem to have the adaptable mentality that we need. They have to follow direction, they have to go make quick decisions. If you don't have that, you can't adjust it. So don't feel like you're wrong if you don't do it that much. What you have to do is figure out what suits your personnel, and I think we've been good at doing that at Irvine. Okay. Offensive adjustments. First, I wrote out a list. The first group of things I'm going to go over is, I just titled them philosophy adjustments. Philosophy adjustments related to your team. Okay, so think for yourself right now about your team and your personnel, because that's really what I'm talking about, your team and your personnel. We've had the most gigantic team on the West Coast for the last 3 years. So a lot of what we've done, a lot of adjustments we've had to make and how we play have to do with that. For example, if you're the bigger team, take your time. Get a shot. Every time, so turnovers are more important with a bigger team. The reduction turnovers. So take your time, get a shot, cover the boards, and then most important, get back. All those are offensive adjustments you make with a bigger team. If you're a slower team, and often if you're a bigger team, you're a slower team, right? And the converse of these things are true. You're small, you're faster. But if you're slow, I think your advantage is later in shot clock. Your advantages are later in shot clock because it allows for you to use your physicality if you're big and slow. And the quickness advantages are negated later in the shot clock. So I know some of you don't use the shot clock. I think it's important that you adapt your coaching to the shot clock. The NBA is light years ahead of that than anybody else that have the shot clock on. That's the only reason. So maybe at the end I'll talk about some of the things that I look to adjust with our thinking and our emphasis related to the shot clock. On offense, we have certain things we focus on with adjustments related to shot clock on offense, and we also do on defense. And I'm reminded right now, I want to say this because it shocks me how few coaches use a signal for the end of the shot clock. If you come to our games, you hear me all the time yell, butter. Butter just is our word for the last 6 seconds of the shot clock. Butter, butter, butter. We say it so it hears it. We say it more on offense, we say it more on defense. That's just a key word to keep things in. Some teams count it down. I don't think it's as effective. We play butter games all the time in practice. Just so that we're able to adjust easily in the games to those situations. And I told my team over and over again last year, our season will be decided by butter possessions. Into the shot clock possessions will decide our season. And it did. We got beat Long Beach, and there were 5 butter plays in that game that changed the game. Long Beach made 4, we made 1. If it goes the other way, we make it. If you're the smaller team, I had that when I came to Irvine. I told everybody when I got to Irvine, I was the biggest guy. And that was okay because I come from Golden State where we were a small team. Golden State, when I was with them up until 2010, we were one of the smallest teams in the NBA. In 2007, we were really effective. That was the year that we beat Dallas, which was like a 66-win team or something like that. We were the 8th seed when we beat them. We had the smallest team in the league. We led the league in shot blocks. Think about that for a second. Now they like to turn people's perceptions on their ear. You can think that would be possible, but there were some interesting things we did to make that possible. But if you're on offense, you're smaller, go faster. Go faster. Advance the ball more quickly. Make your opponents who are bigger and slower play the full length of the court and do it earlier in the shot clock. Use your speed and quickness, that seems obvious, and spread the other team out. The small team spread. If you're the big team, compact. That's on offense or defense up there. And then I wrote, if you're smaller and slower, you need to schedule better. Shouldn't be that often in the NBA, but I'm joking about that because we play guarantee games. We have to play guarantee games to fund our program. Guarantee games when you go play somebody, they got paid. We've won a lot of them. We've won a lot of them. I think our philosophy about that has helped. It's also helped that we haven't always been smaller and slower. you see in the Olympics when the teams are playing against the United States. If you're smaller and slower, like you like to be in a lot of your games, what do you see in the Olympics that teams do against Team USA? I think that way. I think you shoot more threes. You really emphasize three-point rebounds. We talk about three-point rebounds all the time. If you can get them, if you're shooting threes, there's long shots, long rebounds, you know that. But we always try on an offensive rebound to get a three. Because the momentum plays and because teams are not able to take away threes. If you're smaller and slower, what are teams trying to take away from you? Threes. Get the offensive rebounds and the best chances together. Combining that thinking, I think, is what's important. Because you all know each one of those things, but if you combine those preparations with your philosophy about how to win a game, you might be able to help it. The other thing I wrote is, if you're smaller and slower, I'm thinking about our guarantee games, because I know as high school coaches, you may be in that situation a lot. Make it a hangout game. Have you ever heard that? No, I would say that. You tell our guys, make it a hangout game. Just mess around. Make it like a pickup game. Play slow early. Tap on the ass. You score, we score. And the longer it goes as a hangout game, the more chance you have to sneak it at the end of the win. And if your team can understand that, that's important. So it's not wrong to think that way. Sometimes you tell them, hey, you're the best team ever tonight to win. Make it a hangout game. Make it fun. See if you can stick in there. My first year, we almost beat UCLA. We had a terrible team. We almost beat UCLA. We got shot to win it at the end because we made it a hangout game. And I remember telling the guys that. They looked at me like I was crazy. I said, we're going to make this a hangout game. I do it every now and then. Like, we got to go play Arizona, shoot to them in Arizona hangout game. We did that a couple years ago. They started on us the last 6 minutes. We had to do a 6 minute game. And you can do that. And the other thing that you got to do if you're smaller, slower, use your game plays. Use your game plays from the jump. And when I say game plays, it was great for me to watch a clinic on motion. We have a motion that we fall into all the time. And usually early in games, we play two things. Call plays, we play two things. We have a lot different mode in the last 5 minutes. The last 5 minutes we're using game plays. Only the stuff that requires less passes, only the stuff that involves our best players, only the stuff that you can use that your players most naturally adjust to the defense. So when we're smaller, slower, when we're out man, we use our game plays early in this hangout game. Okay. I'm switching subjects every now and then. Please don't hesitate to stop me and ask a question. I go at a quick pace. I know that. I'm trying to keep my eye on the clock because I want to do some things on the floor too. When you're physically overmatched, flop. That's an offensive adjustment. When you're physically overmatched, flop. And that works. And what I mean is you duck in and flop. Take a foul. Teach your team to flop. First training camp and if you're philosophically opposed to that, I understand. I used to be philosophically opposed to that too. I like winning that. So our first training camp with Golden State, we worked on flopping every day for 10 days. Different types of flops. If you spend some time thinking about it, you can think of lots of different ways to use flop fouls against your opponents. You can get them on offense or defense. There's a lot of different ways. And I'll show you one of the examples I'm talking about when I talk about pick and roll adjustments. One of the things I subbed for this year is because the team was hedging against us, and we wanted to put a second foul on the big guy who was hedging. I had a play I called and a sub I made. The guy knew he was a designated flopper against the hedge. And I had taught him, go right into the hedge, grab the guy's leg, and flop. And I'll show you how we do that. Those are offensive adjustments that make a big difference. Because if you put a second foul on the key guy, it changes the complexion of the entire matchup. And everybody flopped against mom. But that was the whole strategy against mom. Flop against mom. And it was smart. I watched Bob Williams' teams when we had Alan Williams' second year. The Pacific team just flopped every time they got here. And they fouled him out of the conference tournament. There was a difference in the game. So you should think about it. We work in simulations with flop. All right. If you are more physical but less talented, rough them up. Just like Bob said against us, he told you earlier today that their pick and roll coverage was just to be physical against our rollers. Okay, you can do that on offense or defense. If we're an offensive team playing against high-level athletes who defend inside shot blockers, we try to be overly physical and get into them. Overly physical, basic. Those are philosophical things. Good for me to go through. If you don't shoot free throws, practice free throws. But more important than that, practice free throw rebound. And if you don't think that way, we won, I think, 7 one-possession games last year. Mom John was one of the worst free throw shooters in the league 2 years ago. We committed to rebounding his free throws, and we got about half of them. Because the guys knew that we didn't stunt. I call it stunt. We didn't stunt with our good free throw shooters. Because you don't want to take a free throw lane violation. With a bad free throw shooter, you stunt every time. And you can win possessions with that emphasis. So I think that's a big adjustment. If your team doesn't shoot well, all these are things that I wrote down for philosophies. If your team doesn't shoot well, earn free throws and get offensive rebounds. In our league, SSU Coaches Clinic, the worst shooting team in the league, they always shoot more free throws than anybody. They flop more, they shot fake more, they drive for contact more. It's a way to mitigate a poor shooting team to get free shots that aren't effective. And I would say that's also true of the offensive execution team. Earn free throws and offensive rebounds. This one probably makes obvious sense, but I've seen this one up close for 4 or 5 years now. We've got the best shot blocking team on the West Coast. If you're playing against a team that blocks shots, if you want to block shots, obviously use shot fakes. Everybody said, oh yeah. But use shot fakes and work on them. Practice those things. And especially use shot fakes late in games. Late in games, use shot fakes to get threes. Shot fakes are called defense. Not just shot blockers. Shot fakes draw perimeter defenders. So you have to practice that. Obviously, the shot blockers are in a position for offensive rebounds. Use your 5-man as a point guy. That means not only dribbling as a point, but handling at the top of the floor. I mentioned I coached Tim Duncan at Wake Forest. We beat Duke 9 straight times. The 10th time, it's the only time they beat us when Tim Duncan was there. Krzyzewski played with Sean McLeod at 5 and he shot 14 threes in the game. They only made 3 of them. But by having that guy out there the whole time, we pulled Duncan away from the basket and they killed us on the boards. So I thought that was really smart. You see that more often now. Obviously, if you play point 5s, you can also use your 5-man as a high screener, more in pick and rolls and high picks away from the basket where shot blockers are not going to come. And obviously, if you can use your 5-man against a great shot blocker as a passer, that makes a big difference too. So if you're playing as a dominant big guy, you know how to use your 5-man as a passer. You're not going to go to him, but he can pass. That also takes that defender out of the offense. All right, I wrote a couple things. If you're playing against a dominant on-ball defender, think about your league. There's probably an on-ball defender, somebody who you just can't really go against. Castro Rivera was that guy in our league. We couldn't play against Castro Rivera. And so my point guard would get so pissed at me late in the game. We'd have a chance to win, and I would just space him. I would just take it all the way out of the play. And think about the Lakers. They used to do that, teams used to do it all the time. The Lakers, when they had Kobe and Ron Artest, they would only space him. They used to play 3-on-3 with the other guys because neither of those guys were great help defenders. They were both dominant on-ball defenders. So you should always look when you're going against a dominant defender, how can you get him less comfortable, which will make your team more comfortable. And I don't think that's that hard to do. I think what you've got to do is you have to have an offensive package that just allows it. I'm going to show something that we do that's real easy. I call it, we point the ball. And then we play it to a guy and get it back. And that forces the defense into a decision. It loosens the dominant defenders that are on the ball, and it allows that on-ball defender to be forced to play off the ball. In the NBA now, you see it all the time. When people play against the Lakers, against the Clippers, they take Chris Paul and put him off the ball, so he's chasing people around, both to wear him out, because he's not nearly as good as that as he is on the ball. And you see the same thing with Steph Curry. Steph Curry could be running around because they want to wear him out, so he's not able to make shots late in the game. And then the opposite of that structure, if you're playing against a dominant wing defender, again, if they run our test, put him on the ball. See if you can figure out a way to, through a switch or something, put them on the ball, make them play pick and roll defense. Because most guys who are ready tonight are not good at being pick and roll. And I think all that stuff's important. We'll see. Okay. Any questions on something I've said so far? Or something to add? Because I'd love to hear from you guys too. Okay, we've been at Irvine one of the best field goal percentage defense teams in the country each of the last 4 years. So not just since we've had Bombers, but each of the last 4 years. And the scouting that's available to us now in college and Division I is similar to what it was when I was in the NBA from 2004 to 2010. That was kind of the beginning of the analytics availability revolution. In the NBA, 2004, I think, was the first year of synergy. How many of you guys know about synergy? Do I know about that? A lot of people do. It's a lot. It's a lot of information. There's college synergy like $5 million a year for Division I teams, so we all have it. But there's also KenPom. Does anybody know about KenPom? College basketball? And all those things are just compilations of statistics for each team. So if you wanted to know where we stood out of 351 Division I teams, I can tell you in just about every category. But in field goal percentage defense, we were like 22nd last year, which is phenomenally good. Okay, so what we needed to figure out, if we were playing against us, what I think that you would want to figure out is what do you need to do? How do you adjust what you do to play better, have a better chance to win against a dominant field goal percentage defense team? Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. And I think here's the answer. You look for early shots. Okay, you really, against us, we had those big guys. I was surprised that more teams didn't look more for early shots. Shots early in the possession, because there's a better likelihood that we're going to get stronger as our defense is set. I think that's obvious. But it's also you have a better opportunity to get offensive rebounds on early shots as we're big guys running up and down the floor, especially if teams are fast guys. I think early shots and late shots. The butter games that I was just talking about. If you get used to playing against the shot clock, playing with the shot clock in practice, what you'll see, I think at every level, but I'm certain of this at the NBA and in Division I, more or less shots go in at the shot clock. Think, no answer. And it's not even close. More go in late in the shot clock. Why? Because there's not a decision about whether to shoot. Average shooters become good shooters at the end of the shot clock. Because there's no choice. They have to rise up and shoot. So I think that if you're playing against a great field goal percentage team, shoot early and late. First 5 seconds, the last 5 seconds. And if you have 2 or 3 days to go into a preparation for a game, you can get your team to understand it. I think if you work on it through the course of the year, you'll come to believe what I said. That's a late shot clock shot to go in more often. Obviously, also against a great field goal percentage defense team, you have to get free throws. Irvine last year against free throws, so our free throw defense percentage was 332nd in the country out of 351. I'm just quoting the stat to you, but think about that. If we had had a normal field goal percentage, or free throw percentage defense, teams would have scored a lot less. Everybody made free throws against us, and I think because it was so hard to score against us in the half court, it became more valuable. People concentrate on it more. I think it's important as an offensive coach, if you're playing a great field goal percentage team, focus on winning free throws. Get your free throws. And I'll also say, we worked on a free throw defense. So that's a joke, right? No, we worked on a free throw defense. We worked on our guy knocking out the free throws, knocking it out on the spot every time. We worked on the things we said. We worked on the timing. We raised our arm. We worked on the free throw percentage defense, because I do think you can get better at it from what I've seen in the NBA. All those little details that I just mentioned, I believe are adjustments. That's a defensive adjustment, not an offensive one. But I think that you can think that way. All right, Bob was out there talking about this matchup zone. So I would say if you're going to play against a zone-dominant team, here are the philosophical adjustments offensively you should think about. And we've been a dominant zone team the last couple of years, so I've seen this up close, and I've seen how effective some of these things can be. You have to emphasize fast breaks. against a zone dominant team. I was asking him about his matchup rules for his matchup zone, because if they are focused on having guys on the same side, then matching up in their zone is more difficult than it would otherwise be. When we first started running zone, I'm a product of the Carolina system, so I said you can never transition back defensively into a zone. But what I found out is we did it, it's actually easier to transition back into a zone. It's easier because you automatically load to the ball and transition into playing zone, as long as your 3s and 4s are interchangeable and your 1s and 2s are interchangeable. But I think that as an offensive team in zone, you have to emphasize fast breaks. You have to go into the game as a threat to shoot 3s, and that was what we feared most as a zone team, was defending the 3. And when we got too far extended to defend the 3, those are the games we didn't play well. So if you're playing against zone teams, run and shoot 3s, and send your team that message, because that will give them confidence in their decision making in those moments, and they can make you more effective with those choices. I think you've got to drive the ball to throw behind against the zone. Just that concept. You can tell every one of your guards that drive the ball. You don't drive anywhere, just drive and stop. Throw it right back where you came from. That was the most effective thing against us the last 3 years of the zone we played. Because there's not really a good way to play it. You just get the ball in, you want to drive it forward. This is a 3-point line. Get right to here, just that throwback. There's not a way to go against most zones. And if you understand that you can get those shots and you work on them, if your guys confident, you'll have a chance against zones. I always say, just bust that shit. That's what I tell my guys. You know, one of my 3-point shooters to be really confident. Hey, shoot that 3. You got 3, shoot that 3. And I'll tell the other team inside my line, hey, we're shooting 3. We are going to bust that zone. Shoot another 3. And even if I don't really want them to do that, I want the defense to think that we're going to shoot a lot of 3s because zones will extend, which makes it soft. And then the last 2 things that we play facing the zone team, use your pick and rolls, use your post-ups. Most of the time, teams are going zone, hopefully to keep you from running, or to keep you from pick and rolling, or to keep you from posting up. And it's real simple. Just keep doing that. Keep doing that. Bob was joking about, in the old days, teams couldn't figure out what he was doing. I wouldn't worry about their defense as an offensive coach, except the week prior to the game. Most of you tell my guys, hey, whatever I call, don't worry about what they're doing. I'm going to call something, we're going to run bands on whatever. And it's all about the spacing and the choices you make. I think the days are long gone where your zone offense is so different here. Man, you have to have play calls that work for both so that you don't get stuck. If you're a football team and you got the wrong play against the right defense, they're going to set you for a loss. If you're a coach, I think it's your responsibility to have a few things in your playbook that will obviously be able to work against man or zone or anything else. And I think that's important. Okay. So when we played Bob's team, we always had corners filled. That's very much an NBA idea. So when they played matchup zone, we always had both corners filled, because if you have both corners filled against the zone, you're always one pass away from a quick overload, which forces the corner to be covered by the guy that went out there. So we always went to the corners. In the NBA, the corners are so much more valuable than any other level because the 3s are short. So that's why nobody in the NBA plays zone. You can't play zone in the NBA because guarding the corner is more important than guarding the top. And so it just doesn't work. All my zone offense and man offense that we'll run against teams that switch between man and zone have corners filled. One way or another, we fill the corners filled. And then all my plays at the end of the game, and I might show one of these when I have time, all the plays you run and sets at the end of the game, whether shot out of bounds or in out of bounds, need to have corners filled in case it's a zone. Because if it is, you're going to get a shot. And we beat Bob on that a couple years ago. I was hoping to walk through that with him out there. Give him a bad okay. 30 minutes, so right on. Last thing I want to make sure I mentioned about offensive adjustments that you need to be thinking about and have as you get ready to go into your season is be able to adjust your press attack. And for a long time, I didn't do that well as a coach. I didn't do that after the NBA. I learned to do that as a head coach. We have a press offense that we use against any press. Whether it's man-to-man or any type of zone, we have a pattern that we just change the level of the floor. and I had spots. The 4-man took it out. I lost a couple of games one year because our 4-man was just really not very good at decision making. And so we now call invert, put the 1-man taking it out, or another call, put a 3-man taking it out. We always, in any press offense, I think it's vital that you have clarity on who's taking it out, and you have clarity on who's in the round. You have to have both areas covered. One of the reasons why we almost beat Louisville in the NCAA tournament is because was that way when Kentucky just absolutely beat the hell out of us in 1996. We had like the best team ever. They pressed us, we had no answers. We didn't stretch the court and have a guy go around. We did use Tim Duncan as an inbounder and as a receiver because of how much problem we had getting the ball in. We didn't have a guy all the way down the stretch. Press us, and gain strength from it. We played Louisville in the NCAA tournament. They pressed us. We had a guy come around every time. We got some points and stayed in the game because of it. Okay. Now, I'll talk about some velocity adjustments for offense. Now let's talk about some technique adjustments on play types. So when I'm saying that, I'm talking about pick and roll and post up. So I'm going to get you guys ready to go. And I'm going to show you how we do it. When Greg, you were doing that, I hear these guys icing ball screens. And so it looks to me like I would go into a game thinking that icing ball screens against what you're doing will be effective. So I want to show you different types of things that we work on daily so that going into a game preparation, if your team's going to ice ball screens, we'll have adjustments that our guys go to automatically. And the types of things I think you have to be able to adjust to. You have to be able to play against hedging. You have to be able to play against icing. You have to be able to play against switching. And you got to get your guys to know what you're going to do in each one of those cases. And I think it always changes, whether that's on the wing or on the top. It changes. But I want to show you how we work on it. And I think that as we do that, I'll direct these guys about some of the small things that I think make a big difference about their technique in doing some of these adjustments. Okay? Anybody got any questions right now? I'll bring these guys out here and try to get this going. Okay, guys, let's have all the big guys up top. All you guys out here now, all the big guys out top of the wall. And I want the guards in the corner, one line here, one line here. Okay? So I think this fits well together with what Greg did. Because we'll work on 2-on-0 pick and roll coverages from the wings. Okay, so each time I want you to spin it out, spin the ball out, catch it, and I want you to break to get open. All right, as you break to get open, break the ball. Now, our offense, we change the ball a lot, throw it back a lot, and we try to put guys in situations where they deal with the side of the ball. So just like you've been taught, take a good angle and come here and set this pick. Okay, and let's make sure that you don't set the pick that high. Because if you set it this high, he's probably a good shooter, but he might be outside the scoring area. Okay, so let's get in the scoring area right here. And what I tell our guys is, don't let the defender go from here. Don't force him to go over you. It's your job to be tight to him. All right, so if he does a good job making the guy go under him, you got to make a good job. All right, let's assume a hedge. Who's a good hedge now? You guys the best hedge. You can't. All right, so as you come off, we'll work on 2-on-0 against hedging right now. All right, so as you come off, go ahead. Give me a good hand. 1, 2. All right, we're going to roll. We're always going to roll right now. So we're going to talk about 2-on-0 pick and roll adjustments. What's your idea against the hedge? What are you thinking about? Well, there ain't going to be nobody over here. Let's imagine there's nobody over here. It's just the two of you. Okay? Yeah, 1, 2. 1, 2 dribbles. Go hard. Stretch them. Okay? Ball fake and then hit it. Okay? So let's do that one time. We're going to do it over and over again. Next guy's going to do it the other side. Let's give you one good edge right now. We're going to do it without two guys. Here we go. Not bad. Not bad. Let's do the same thing. So let's go 1, 2. All right? 1, 2. Ball fake and hit it. All right? Same thing. We don't need a hedge guy now. Now we're just going to do 2-on-0. I want to do it over and over again. So play it here. Play it here. Edge to edge. Edge. 1, 2. All right, good. Now, the ball. Two are on the ball. So see if we can't take advantage of it. Go hard, ball fake, fire the ball. Here we go. Here we go. All right, time to play. Make quicker decisions. Let's go. Quick. Make sure we wait on the pick. Make sure we wait on the pick. Next guys. Go. Spin it out. Let it go to pick. Not bad. Here we go. Not bad. Nice step. Nice job. All right, not bad. I'll take 2 dribbles. Do it again. Okay, good. Now, I did that just because I want to set the tone for what we're going to work on next. Okay? Against the hedge, what I like our team to do is attract that double team. I want our team to attract that double team because I think we can benefit from going there for 4 on 3. Now let's see if we can adjust to their hedge to get an easy basket. And we do that by flash. That's what I would say. We're going to flash. It just means steps most of you guys. Okay, so get in with the ball. I'll show you how we work on this. This is equally important but gets heavy. All right, now, first thing you got to do is do a better job of this angle. Okay, because I want you to get this angle so that your defender gets up top. Okay, so as soon as you feel your defender on top, you want to be thinking late. Okay, so get in here. Get in here. Now let's go slow to the pick and plant and flash. You understand? Let's see you do it. Where do you flash to? Flash the basket? No, flash to the hatch. You flash here, and you turn the corner once you catch the ball. So let's work on our flashes. Okay, I call them slips. So what you got to do is catch it, get your guy off of you, and deliver the pass on target on time. Okay? Here we go. Here we go. These are head adjustments. The flash. Good, start there. You're a roller. Okay? So your defender is going to be up here. He's going to be playing this thing. You're not flashing up there. You're flashing to the rim and forcing somebody else to come. Okay? And when you flash, think about this. When you flash, you want to be close to your teammate or far from your teammate? You want to be further from your teammate. If you get too close to him and flash, there's no space here. So you want to slow your cut. You want to slow down. And at the point where you've got an angle, now you flash. And the quicker you flash, the more likely you are going to go. Okay? Let's see if we do it. Good. You gotta give it over. Let's do it. Here we go. Not bad. Catch the score here, guys. You don't catch the scoring area, your defender's not going to play. You catch in the scoring area. Make it play. Here we go. Good. You got to work on your footwork. Start. This is good. This is good. Here we go. Not bad. I would say, I think one of the coaches said he likes bounce passes. I think you should never throw a bounce pass on a flash. Okay, throw it straight to him so the guy can catch it. All right, let's see if we can get that. Good. Not bad. That's fine. Okay, everybody's got that. That's what I want to show you. Now let's drive the flash. Okay, so when he flashes, ball fake, if you ball fake, and your defender races, drive the flash. So if I got it, that should be an automatic. Drive the flash. Give a good ball fake, drive the flash, hold the score. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, he won. No matter. Here we go. If your teammate does a good job of flashing, it creates a drawing opportunity for you. Good.
This person moved it.
Good. Drive the flash. Okay, so that's enough right now. We'll move on to the next one. So what we emphasize against the hedge, 1-2 ball fake decision or 1-2 decision if you get a shot. If we utilize the flash, get really good at your angles on the flashes, you gotta get good at your timing of your ball face. Is it easier to make the flash pass from here or from there? Yeah, which side's easier? No, I mean, like if you're handling the ball on this side of the floor versus that side of the floor, which side's easier? Okay, yeah, see, I would say it's probably this side because your right hand, you put it right there. You know, it's a whole lot easier to finish these flashes on the side when you're rolling to your right hand, isn't it? And for most guys. So most guys are better passers on their strong hand, so they'll be this side. They're better finishers on their strong hand. So working your way through that as a coach, getting good at both sides of that is really important. Now let's talk about the ice. Okay, and I wanted to get into this sooner than now, so I can show some offensive adjustments against the ice. All right, so let's get your catch first of all. Now, when we were working on hedging, one of the things that I should have said is that we want to catch the ball as deep in the scoring area as they will still hedge. Okay, and I talk about the scoring area all the time. I don't know what your scoring area is. I'm thinking you're in your scoring area now. Right? You score where? That's the one. You can score, take 2 steps back. You score from there? Okay, good. That's good. So if you're going to get hedge, you want to play it even further out against the hedge to stretch it. Now against the ice, you want to play it tighter and further out. Obviously further out. That's the biggest adjustment you need to make against teams that you know are getting ice. You want to lift the picks. Okay, so if you know you're getting ice, don't play tight right here. Let's get more space so you can drive the ball downhill if it's big. Okay? So the first thing we're going to work on the ice is your defender's going to be up into you. Alright, so I want you to come to set the pick, but stop short because you see the ice. Just stop short. I want you to attack the ice. And you're going to roll into the hole. Just right into the hole like Blake Griffin. This is how he gets all this monster dunks. Everybody in the NBA does this. Listen. Attack the ice, and on the ice, what you got to do is engage me. I'm the big guy. If I'm just waiting here, you're not going to be able to do anything. So you got to go to score and find your team. Do this with a couple of times. Here we go. Score. You got to score. Make the big guy play. Nice guy. Make the big guy play. Big guy down here. Go. Go score. You got to go and pass. Go score. You got to attack me. I'm the guy you got to attack. Bring that hole. Good. Go play. Go shoot. Go. Right out here. Get over there and throw a finger roll pass. Hit the center of his hand. Please. Okay? Make them play. Guys all act like they know what they're doing. Nobody shoots me if they go to the other game and got play. And by making me play, what I'm telling you is to open a hole. Open the hole between me as a defender and the guy who's on your hip. Has everybody got that? So drive to open the hole, then find your teammates. See if you do a little bit better. Okay, now, that's not a good job of these picks. Lift it further up. And now I'm going to raise it and change the pick. So now when you see this ice, let's just come take this position. Okay, so you're changing the pick at the scoring area. You let it pick, bring it off. All right, come tight right here. We're going to open the hole. Okay, so it's the same thing. Raise your pick, take the ice, and let your pick out change. Here we go. Two dribbles in the decision. Two hard dribbles in the decision. There you go. Go 2 hard dribbles to make a choice. 2 hard dribbles to make a decision. Okay, so everybody's got that. That's an offensive adjustment you're going to have to work on to get a whole lot better against the ice. Can you do that if the corner's filled? No, this is another defender right there, so you can't do those. What are we doing against the ice? The corner's filled. Let's imagine it's filled. We'll talk about the next adjustments. Get your catch. Okay? When you see this ice, the corner's filled, take the elbow. Your defender's into you and off. Let's play a give. Understand what a give would be? Just give him. Where's his defender? He's down. He's playing the ice. He's ice, ice, ice. Give it to him. Now you can play backdoor or off the top. Okay? So on the ice, play the give. And I find that for a lot of guards, it's easier to the ice not have to drill it. Give it up, use your cut. And you can go fast on your pass, you can pass it and break immediately, or you can pass it whole and then break. Either one's okay. Just don't do something right in the middle. Okay, here we go. Play the game, play the game. Nice, nice, nice. Not bad, that's good. Hold it, hold it. Give it to him. Right now, if it comes off hard, let's play the pick and roll. Okay, so the pick and roll we were hoping to get, if he's able to against the ice, usually against the ice, the pass is made, the guy drops, he does this, and what we got now? It's the same as that pick and roll. Okay? It's the same. So you're right off of the same thing, and all the big guys got to do is decide to double your catch. You don't really want to catch it right at the elbow. It's better to catch it a little bit off the elbow. Why? Because your teammate didn't have a chance to come in. Okay, here we go. Good. Okay, now so a couple of things right there. I just want to make sure I showed everybody what I was talking about. Try to give you an example of those adjustments. Yeah.
So you calling that or that's the name by your bid, taking it to stop at the elbow?
Yeah, if we're going to play against a team that's got ice, prior to that game, always make sure I pick the rolls that I shoot on. As a reminder, we'll also do it a couple times during the week, so the guys get accustomed to the types of coverages I like to see. Okay? When Bob's team was pushing up when they were pushing up our screeners, you heard talking about when they'll let them get there, we would do the same type of thing. We try to get them in the elbow and just come off, of course, those two guys go under. So as you're preparing to play a team, you can prepare your team for the adjustments. And you're not usually going to make those adjustments in a game. You're going to go into the game saying, when they ice, this is how we'll react. But what we always do against the team that ices, when we're strong, so when we're perimeter, we'll play it here and we make it, we make some kind of picking action. And it's the same thing. If you get somebody loose off the top, you've got a tight pick and roll, you've got the opportunity to confuse the defenders, force a switch or something like that. So a strong ice, we play to what we call a king. That's a play call for me. King was because Sacramento ran this with Weber and Diva. So we can go right to the elbow against the ice. When I was with Nelly, anytime a team ice, we just went to our kings. Just play your kings. He said, fuck the ice, play the kings. Don't bother with it. And the point on it is, you put it to the elbow, they can't ice the hammer. So it's almost like you just disregard the ice. Partly the play call, partly the reaction from your team. Okay, there was some other questions. Yeah.
Can you clarify what you meant when you said, as if the defense is playing ice, you lift the screen so you want to set the screen higher?
Yeah. So take the ball out and guard, and raise the ball. Take the ball, stay away from that. You know you're getting ice, just catch it up here. Now get in ice position. Ice position. You know, most teams are going to ice outside scoring here. So go to the edge and score here. Most teams are going to ice somewhere down here. And so what I would tell my perimeter guys is let's get to the edge of the area they're going to ice and make it stop. If he takes a hard ice position, look at all the spacing now we have to attack with a strong attacking player. So I would say lift your catch against the ice. Good question. All right. Yeah. Anything else?
Ice is short for isolation.
No. I say ice is when some teams throw it down and they're trying to force the ball handler down. It's the same. I would say it's the same, but we've got a lot of knowledge on any mid-pick and roll play defensively in Irvine. We're going to boss. That's our call for. We're going to dictate which side the ball goes to. We're going to boss it in the direction we want. And so all these things I'm showing you here, it'll be the same type of reaction. The hardest thing to play when we're bossing is a give action. If you give it to the screener and play it back, you can't boss it because you got to come off, get it with a lot of rhythm, and go right back to the strong hand. So that's the other type of adjustment. I wanted to show you these because this is how we work on it in preparation during shoot around. All right, let's talk about switching right now. Switching is the hardest thing that I feel like coaches at lower levels have to deal with. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that we focus on with switching. What do you think we're going to do with the switch? Let's say two guys, right? A little guy and a big guy. So one of my smallest guys has the ball. And one of my biggest guys is set the pick. And they're switching. What should we think about the switch? Okay, so ISO or post up, which is better? All right, everybody at the lowest level thinks to go to the big guy. The higher level you go to, you always go to the little guy. But either way is okay. I'm going to show you a couple of things about either one that I think will make you, as a coach, better at understanding the best way to attack. If you want to go to the big against the switch, here's how you should do it. If you want to go to the guard against the switch, I think you also know here's how you do it. But before that, what we already worked on should be really effective against switching. Flashing. So if I'm going to switch and I got to play this guy's three, I'm waiting here, now you go, and I'm in a bind. Have we switched yet or not? And so with every one of our pick and rolls, when the team's switching, I'll tell them interchange. Start interchanging to confuse them. And then they'll be less confident in their switching strategy, and they'll make mistakes. The best things you can get on a flash, if they're late to switch, get this. If you don't get this, come right off, and you shoot a wide open three. So there's two things that we worked on. The only adjustment is, you look for the flash, you look for the one dribble jump shot. Kid with the afro that we had, who's on my staff now, made 4 threes against UCLA. They were switching against him. He was a small forward. He took one dribble shot every time against the flash. UCLA's guys couldn't get adjusted because it did 4 different defenders. So let's do the flashes on each side. Play against the switch and flash. Either way you want to go. Either hit them or one dribble jump shot against the flash. Don't dribble and then pass. You dribble and shoot it. All right, here we go. Not bad. Here we go. Here we get flash now. Nice. Here we go. Good. And what you can see is they would have to be unsure of the switch to get your timing down. So we're doing this 2-on-0. If I had time to put defense out here, you can see. Okay. All right, now, put the clock there. Let's go to the next best thing. Against the switch, let's throw back and ice. Throw back, ice for me is ISO. Throw back, ISO. So what we need now is we need a second guy on this side. So come over here. Second guy put the ball there. This ball is going on now. We're going to do this both ways. So I need you guys in the second line to pay attention. Put the ball here. Pick and roll, take a switch. Take a switch. Take a switch. You got to grip the switch. All right, now, when they switch, what's your job? I'd say roll as deep as you can when I'm coming to you. Take them all the way down here. The reason you take them all the way down here is now they got to play you. So little bitty guys on you, you're going to kick his ass in the flat. Not on the post, just wait. Okay? So if you're going to get it, we're going to throw it back and duck it. So I want you to roll as deep as you can. Now you got a little bit. So if you stop here, that little guy, this guy can wait until you beat you up, hold you right here. Now we're going to post you right here. That's no good. Go all the way deep, and on the throwback, we'll be able to look in. So everybody got that? Roll deep. Roll your big deep. Throw it back. It's a catch, pass inside. There we go. Throw it back. Throw back to the phone. Throw back to the phone. Good. That's duck in. You want to go on the other side. There we go. Let's go. Next guy. Look to the other side. Here we go. Roll them deep. Roll them deep. Roll them deep. Okay, good. What I'm saying to you guys is this. I don't have a lot of time to work on it, but I'm going to roll a guy deep. I'm going to roll all the way down and here. So he's going to be stuck to me here, and on this throwback, I'm going to carve up and in right here. Get deep as I can. So he's ducking a footwork after the roll is deep. So everybody got it? Let's take a look, see if we do it again. Take the switch, throw back, punch it. Throw back. Good. Next guy, here we go. Take the switch. Now you got to set it. Now let's flash. Why don't you want to flash it? You want to make sure they switch. Okay, you get a little bit out of it, then you got to read it. You're not going to tell your guys what to do. You got to teach them through repetition what works. So if you got a chance to get a little bitty out of it, force the switch, roll it, take your time, and kick his head. Okay? And you do that with the throw ball. Does everybody got it? Okay, now, we're going to do the converse of that. I said that's where we're going to look second. The place I would look first in this situation was force the switch and then throw it back. And on this throwback, now, force the switch, roll, all the way down, get all the way down, all the way down there. And we're not even going to come to you. Throw it. Now who's on you? The big dummy. The big dummy, me. I'm on you. And you're going to kick my ass. And here's how you're going to do it. You're going to pass the ball in space to the edge of your scoring area. All the way out there. Now I'm going to relax and give the ball. And now you go. You catch, live ball, go. Shoot it, drive. Shoot it or drive. And your guys will have unbelievable confidence if they know against certain switches when they get the big dummy, they're going to get the ball back live. The best thing to do on that catch is just give them a three right inside. A three right in his eye. And if they build confidence without being a thing, next thing the big dummy does is he gets out there, he goes to shot fake, and you're in. Okay? So all that makes sense. Thank you guys. I'm sorry to give you the best place to go. Okay, last thing I want to show is this. I want to show one more thing. Big fella, right here. We have one more. 20 on. All right, the other thing to play against switches is this. And this is something so common in the NBA and so uncommon at every other level. And that's any elbow catch. So let's take the ball out top. We have a series of play calls just for an elbow catch. It's called one series. When I call one up, it means 3-man. One down means 5-man. One side means 4-man. One flop means 2-man. If that sounds confusing, it wouldn't be if you got used to it. But all we're doing is we're putting two guys in an elbow situation. They shouldn't be able to deny this. If they deny it, it would just be a pick and roll. But I want you to get this catch and cut hard. Can they switch this? No. So if you're playing against a team switching, put them in unswitchable actions. We know the guard. We know the guard. All right, so that's simple. The three guys over there, it's impossible to switch here. If you went off hard and cut back and gave it to them, and we pick and roll, and they switch now, they could, but it would only be after they couldn't. So they'd have to make the decision not to switch, and the decision to switch. Is the team going to be likely to screw that up from time to time? Of course. So playing elbow actions and switching is obvious. Now, come over here now. The same thing. So take the ball up here. You see this all the time as heavy trail. Okay? A lot of teams in college will do dribble handoffs here. Dribble weaves. Is that switchable? Easily switchable. Easily switchable. Now you're right here. Oh, take ball where we start. Now, I don't care where we start. Right on the bottom. I'll make the catch. Ask you. No. Right here. Catch it. Cut off. Is that switchable? Nope. It's not switchable. It's a little thing that's obvious if you think about it. Playing switching, put them in positions where they can't switch. If they try to switch that, you guys are going to come. And then, figure out ways, what I was talking about before, how to isolate the defenders. You can force a switch with guard, bring the ball. It's an easy way to force a switch. So you get the guy off of the player you want. Yeah, that's just what you have to figure out, is if a team's defensive game plan is a certain thing, what offensively can you do that will counteract their game plan? All I knew after working at Hampton City, Wake Forest, and Stanford, when I got to the NBA, was how to make all these decisions defensively to dictate. I knew just about all the defensive adjustments you can make. If you study and you work at it, you'll also know the offensive adjustments you can make against any call. And I've been just real fortunate to be a part of the NBA where if you're reading at home, I say all the time, the NBA is show horses and workhorses. I had to be a workhorse, The number of games I watch every season is, I don't even know what to pick. I get the NBA package. I love May, because in May I get to watch NBA playoffs. Every night, I'm going to watch them every night. Jeff Van Gundy, as the announcer, there's just an amazing amount of stuff you can get from time invested in watching these games. Whether it's at the NBA level, high school level, any other level, I think you can learn in all of those things. Give me any of these guys.
On watching film.
Yeah. So when I was with the Warriors, so I went to Montgomery, and what he had me do, I did a post-game offensive report for every one of our games. So I focused on the offense, really my first 2-4 years. And if you focus on our offense, I saw a lot of what the teams did against us, but I focused on the offense. And so I would say to all of you, the most beneficial thing that I figured out about watching film is figure out what you're focused on. You're going to watch a lot. And don't think that, all of us have different levels of experience. The number of games that I've watched is what I've been through means I've watched a lot of games. Some of you have probably watched more than I have. But if you're trying to watch for everything, you're not going to get a whole lot. You can focus in. What I had to do with the Warriors for the first 2 years was focus only on the offense. I learned so much. And then when Nelly came, what I had to do was focus entirely on, for the next 4 years, on personnel tendencies. So I learned personnel tendencies for every player in the NBA. And we applied those to our defensive decision making. So when we go into a game in the NBA, we had a different game plan every night. Now think how different that is from what a lot of you do. At the high school level, that's uncommon. At the college level, it's more common, but not as much. A lot of college teams go into the game and say, we're doing what we do. In the NBA, because the talent levels are so similar, everybody adjusts every night. And the more times you adjust, the more times you try something, the more you learn about it. Like when I was saying before, what do you do against a zone team? Well, I know what to do against a zone team because we've been playing zone for 3 years, and I know what hurts us. So you can learn that from watching your own defense, you can learn that from watching the other team's offense, which kind of focus. Thank you. Everybody, got any questions? Hang out. Hardest thing to defend in 10th grade? Yeah, can I have 5 guys out here in 10th grade? I used to call this an out. These guys are doing this all the time. They have 5 on offense. It's a different color. Real quickly, this won't take long. So the hardest thing for us to defend, this is what teams will figure out different ways to end up with. Put the ball here and play it. Like whoever plays this snap, when teams put the ball in their strongest penetrator's hands and said, just go, just get some space, and I'll come behind it with the best shooter. That's because of that. As simple as that is, that's what we couldn't guard. Because what we had to do is we had modeling over it. So as we adjusted this year long, what I was trying to tell you guys, you're going to be able to recognize when you're being penetrated for a throwback. And when you are, think about that. He's telling you further defense from that penetration. But it's impossible to defend that many something if you just work on it. I call it dodge. So my job as a penetrator is just to get you on my hip and create a teammate shot. And because it's zone, nobody follows those shooters unless they know it's coming. So you can do that from every position. The best place to do it is from the wings. These are the easiest guys to penetrate. Drive right in here and just know, 3-point shot. Nothing to do. Except release penetration. We're good at it. I got smart guys. They're not good at it. Can't really guard. Good God, Columbia. 5 guys out there all shoot. They knew. We knew they knew. And so I told my guys in that game, we're not dropping people to the 3 line. As soon as they take you inside the 3 line, we we controlled that game until we made mistakes late in the time. Kyle did it, a lot of teams did it, because we had a dominant zone. We were really big. Bob was talking about trying to score in the high post and in the short corners, but the center tight just made all those shots really difficult. So that was the only thing we couldn't do. Pick and rolls, we figured out all our pick and roll covers in the zone. In the NBA, on a game plan, night-to-night basis, you got to know what you're doing against post-ups, what you're doing against pick and rolls, and the other basic adjustments. So if you're thinking about that every night, what you do is you figure out how to play against different things. Adjusting your zone in college for us was basically all we had to do was figure out how to play the overloads. Somebody asked me that, as long as we closed out with these guys, you won't go right. As long as, so teams dribble it out to the ball. He's playing the ball, throw that right here. As long as we closed out to here, we closed out like this, in our 2-3, overloads didn't hurt us. We got real good at playing overloads, and 2-3 wasn't a problem. But the places you can't get to is 3-point line on the programs. Thanks for the question. Yeah.
Quick defensive question. How are you defending if you're playing a switching man? How are you defending the handoff at the high post? So if they come from the point, throw it to the high post, and they're doing a handoff and you're running a switching man.
Yeah, I don't think you switch. You know, it depends on the level. You know, if they catch it in the scoring area, I don't think you switch it. If they catch it outside the scoring area, I think you should know you're not switching anyway. But if it's in the scoring area, I don't think you switch that. And so that's sort of the point. There's something offensively you can do that any defensive coverage can't handle. You just got to figure out how to teach that to your guys over the course of the year. So for us, we know that the third time we play a team is the money time. You know, so for your high school coach, it's the same thing. You know, everything for us is about conference tournaments. We got 2 matchups with every team. Figure out what they're doing against us. Figure out how we're going to respond. On that third occasion, we better be tight in what we're going to do. We should have had 3 opportunities to prepare for whatever adjustments we're going to make by the time we play them that third time. Thank you very much for your attention.